Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about how to take your language from, black and white to full, vivid color. And the secret? It's all about mastering one simple part of speech, the adjective.
All right, let's just jump right in with an example. On the left, you see a man held a dog. I mean, it gets the point across, right? But now look at the right. The brave man held a small, terrified dog. Whoa! Suddenly you've got a whole story in your head. You can see it, you can feel it, and all we did was add a few key words. That, my friends, is the power of adjectives.
So here's what we've got on tap. We're going to start with the basics of what makes these words so powerful. Then we'll meet the whole adjective family, and trust me, there are a few of them. After that, we'll figure out where to put them, how to use them to compare things, and then we'll put it all together to see them in action. Sound great? Let's go.
Okay, let's dive right in. The power of description. So what's the deal with adjectives anyway? I mean, what is their actual job in a sentence? Let's break it down.
At its absolute core, an adjective is just a word that describes something, specifically a noun or a pronoun. Its whole reason for being is to add detail. It's the thing that answers questions like, what kind, which one, how many. So it's not just a car, it's my fast, red car. See the difference? It paints the picture.
Okay, and this is where it gets really cool. You might think adjectives are just for describing colors and sizes, right? But nope, there's a whole family of different types of adjectives, and each one has a very specific job to do. So let's start with the big three, the ones you're going to use all the time. First up, you've got adjectives of quality. These tell you about the quality of something, like beautiful, tall, or fresh. Then you have adjectives of number. Pretty straightforward. They tell you how many, like 5, or what order, like first. And finally, possessive adjectives. These show who owns something. My phone, your idea, their car. Easy, right?
Next, we've got demonstrative adjectives. The best way to think about these, they're like you're pointing a finger. They tell you exactly which person or thing you're talking about. Is it this book right here in my hands, or that house way over there? These toys, those people, they point things out.
Then we have interrogative adjectives. The name gives it away, right? Interrogate. They ask questions. These are your what, which, and whose. The key is that they always come right before a noun to ask a question about that specific noun. Like, which book should I read? Or, what color is your car? All right, now for distributive adjectives. These are super useful for being precise. Instead of talking about a group as just a big blob, these let you talk about each member of the group separately. So you'd say each student, or every child, or you could take either road. You're singling out the individuals within the group.
Next up are proper adjectives. Now these are special because they come from proper nouns, the names of specific people, places, or things. That's why they're usually capitalized. They show where something comes from, like Pakistani culture, or Chinese food, or the English language. They add a specific origin story to the noun.
Okay, and just to finish up the family portrait, we've got a few more. There are adjectives of quantity, which tell you how much of something there is, usually for stuff you can't count, like much water. Then you have emphasizing adjectives, which do exactly what they sound like. They add emphasis, like I saw it with my own eyes. And get this, even words like an, and the are technically adjectives. They're called articles, and since they introduce a noun, they fit right into the family. Whew, that was a lot. So let's just take a breath and look at this handy little chart. This is basically your cheat sheet. You can see all the main types we just talked about laid out clearly. You've got quality telling you what kind, quantity telling you how much. It's a perfect summary of how each one does its own unique thing.
Okay, so we've met all the different types of adjectives, but where do we actually put them in a sentence? This is crucial because where they go can totally change the feel of what you're saying. And really, there are two main spots to think about.
Most of the time, you'll see the adjective right before the noun it's describing. That's called the attributive position. Think the red ball. Simple. But you can also put it after a verb like is or seems. That's the predicative position. So instead of the red ball, you'd say the ball is red. It means the exact same thing, it just gives your sentences a different rhythm.
All right, let's kick it up a notch. Adjectives are great for describing one thing, sure, but they get even more powerful when you start using them to compare things.
This is what we call the 3 degrees of comparison. First, you've got the positive degree. That's just the basic adjective, describing one thing, a tall building. Then you have the comparative degree, which compares two things. That's where you add ER a lot of the time, a taller building,
And finally, you've got the superlative. This is for comparing more than two things to find the absolute top one. It usually gets an est ending, the tallest building in the whole city.
Okay, we've met the family, we know where they go, we know how they compare things. Let's put it all together. Let's see how you can stack these different types of adjectives in one sentence to paint a really vivid picture. Check this out. My first teacher was very kind. This sentence is doing a ton of work, and it's all because of adjectives. You've got my, which is possessive, it was my teacher. You have first, a number adjective that puts her in order, and then you have kind, an adjective of quality that tells you what she was like. See that? 3 different types, all working together perfectly. Here's one more. Each student received a small gift. Again, look at the teamwork. Each is a distributive adjective. It makes it clear we're talking about every single student, one by one. And small is an adjective of quality, telling us about the gift. It's so much more precise and descriptive than just saying students got gifts. So to wrap it all up, what's the big takeaway here? Well, adjectives are basically your secret weapon for making your writing and speaking come alive. They add all the detail and color. Remember, there's a whole family of them, and each type has a very specific job. You know, you can put them before a noun or after a verb, and you can use them to compare things, from good to better to best. If you get a handle on these ideas, you'll be a master of description in no time.
And I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. How would you even describe your world without adjectives? Seriously, try it. Try to tell someone about your day or a movie you saw without using a single describing word. It's pretty much impossible, isn't it? Our world would be a pretty dull, gray place without them.